Howdy y'all, Fuzzy Biker here. It's just starting to rain. I'm in Missouri at this, it looks like OS Wing Wildlife Area. I jetted down to Hamburg this morning. I left about, I don't know, a little before 8 o'clock. I meant to leave about 7, but it was raining in Iowa. Drove all the way down here, in and out of sprinkles. This Royal Enfield Nirvik jacket, which is getting wet right now because it's raining, performed admirably. Loved it. On the hot rod Himalayan, which is that bike's seen lots of rain over the year. But you know what, I'm going to ride north. I'm just south of Hamburg, Iowa, in Missouri. I'm going to ride back north. I drove out of the rain. The sun is shining over that way. The rain's coming from that direction. I'll catch up with you in a bit. Fuzzy back here. We're in Hamburg, Iowa now. That is the famous landmark of some sort. It says flea market on there. Been there for years like that. Last time I was here, they were just building this building. Anyway, it is raining. I meant to talk a little more about what we're doing today. The goal is to go down to the southwest corner of Iowa. Yes, and we ended up in the northwest corner of Missouri. Can I talk this morning? Anyway, we're going to take the Bluff Road here in Iowa now. We're going to head north on the Bluff Road. We're going to kind of skirt the foothills of the Luss Hills, you know, keeping on going on north, and then we're going to take that Bluff Road till it runs out. And there's a little bit of trickery I got it, and I haven't really quite figured it out yet. I've got this nifty little Garmin, and we're going to see what happens there. My goal is to try to stay on Luss Hills until I get close to Council Bluffs, and then I'll jet. We'll talk about this bike. I got 25,000 miles in the hot rod now. Love this motorcycle, Royal Enfield Himalayan. Just been a dream. We'll talk about that later when we get out of the rain, huh? Let's get it going. Wow. Hey, Fuzzy here. We are about 10 miles into the rain part of the ride. Check it out, water everywhere. Look at that windshield. It's been a hoot. It's been a hoot. Thulman is that way, I think. Thulman, and I think that's the Bluff Road goes that way. I'm looking at my map here. You know, we're going to find out if that Garmin is waterproof today. I think it's a Garmin 396. Anyway, let's keep on a roll. I think we finally drove out of the rain a little bit. We've been coming from that direction. Those are some of the beautiful Luss Hills over yonder. I was planning on putting on the helmet cam, but in the rain, the helmet cam is not waterproof. So we are going to be going that direction. You can see the rain over yonder. Over that direction is Nebraska. Let's talk about the jacket, because I'm so proud of this jacket. This is my Royal Enfield Nirvik jacket. It's good from about 45 degrees. I've had it up to 85 degrees with the vents all open, and it works great. I have the liner out of it, although I do have it in the bag over there because I thought if it gets cold, I can always put it in. It's waterproof. I have not had any leakage yet, and I've driven through some pretty decent rain already. Not heavy rain, but decent rain. On the way down here, I drove through a bunch of rain. But you know what? We're here to talk about this motorcycle. So I got 25,000 miles on this. This is my Royal Enfield Himalayan. It's a 411cc single cylinder, air-cooled, oil-cooled, with a little oil cooler over yonder. It's an on-off or ADV bike, adventure bike. I definitely believe it's an adventure bike. I've had it for 2.5 years now. 25,000 miles, like I said. And the thing is just built like a rock. It's a stone axe. It'll do anything you want. It just goes and goes and goes and goes, you know. I put a bunch of stuff on it. Oh, back to what it is. It's got a 5-speed transmission. It's got a 24 horsepower motor with 24 foot-pounds of torque. That's about 32 Newton meters. Key attributes that are worth, you know, besides the engine, I would say the next thing to talk about is the suspension. It's got this big 21-inch front tire on there. And, I mean, that thing is... You can feel the centrifugal force when you're going down the road. Also, the you know, it runs through things, over things. It's, you know, it's so tall. It just goes. It's awesome for off-roading. I did raise the fender on it because when I got the bike, the fender was a little lower, and I got a little mud stuck in there, and I wanted something different. Suspension travel is 7.9 inches, or about 200 millimeters. I think 41 millimeter forks. I don't think I've ever bottomed this thing out. I've never banged it so hard that the suspension bottomed out. Just while we're up here. Spoke wheel, tube tires. It's got a 300 millimeter disc brake, ABS, dual piston bibrake caliper right there. Other thing to throw on about the front end, it's got this Dunlop Trail Max Mission tire on there. It's a great tire, I love it. Also, I have air pressure sensors on my front and back tires. Jumping back to the back, it's a monoshock on the rear end. It's got 7.1 inches of travel on the rear. I think that's about 180 millimeters. The bike has about 8.5 inches of ground clearance, 220 millimeters, I believe. Check out that back tire. That's also a Dunlop Trail Max Mission tire. That's the second one I had on here. I think the first one I got 14 or 15,000 miles out of, the first Dunlop Trail Max Mission on the rear. That's the original one on the front. I've got over 12,000, 13,000, something like that on the front. Anyway, this thing is just a hoot, and I just love this bike. Oh, I believe it's a 240 millimeter disc on the rear with a single piston Vibri. It's just a ball of a bike to ride. You know, it's just a ball of a bike to ride. I love this thing. Check out that seat. I added that. That's a seat concept seat. It's tall. Seat height on this bike in stock form is 31.5 inches or about 800 millimeters. This seat is taller. I think it's about 840 millimeters, 835, 840, about 33 inches or so. I wanted the extra wide seat, and I also wanted it taller in the front. In stock form, it's 440 pounds, about 200 kilograms. Wheelbase is 58 inches. I think I figured that out to be 1,477 millimeters. Check out this foot I made for it. That thing is so wide, that kickstand foot. I can, Bigfoot kickstand foot. I can set that thing down in a puddle of mud and it'll hold itself up. Okay, things I've added to it. I added the seat, obviously, the hand guards, these little nifty hand guards, this big old windshield on the front here, this headlight guard right here. Saddlebags on the back. I put these small brackets and then these saddlebags. I got this bike at Baxter Cycle. Those guys are great. I've been dealing with them for years now, and you know, they're the ones that help us with all these motorcycle rides and lend us their bikes, and they're wonderful to work with. If you ever get a chance, get yourself down to Marnie, Iowa, and check those guys out, or go to baxtercycle.com. Tell them Fuzzy Biker sent you. Other add-ons to the bike. I did the Garmin. I just added that. Here's my tire pressure sensor thing, by the way. I added this Garmin just a couple days ago, and that's kind of, I got that used. A friend of mine Baxter's gave that to me actually, and it's a pretty neat device. I hope it's waterproof. So 25,000 miles. Have I had any trouble with it? Oh, I have had a couple things. When I got the bike, the 2021 model year had the what they call the stalling problem, the infamous stalling problem. You know, I dealt with it. When I got the bike, I didn't want to bring it in because I didn't want to have to leave it. So I drove the bike for about a month. I put about 4,000 miles in the first month, and finally I took it in, and the minute I told Baxter Cycle about it, they rolled that thing right in the back right away, and within 30 minutes that problem was fixed, or pretty much fixed. There was just a hint of it left. I brought it back again a second time, and whatever they did that second time, they rolled it in immediately. 30 minutes later, came back out, and there was just, that problem is gone. I did develop a leak in the gas tank. The original gas tank, so they gave me a new one, no trouble at all. You know, told them about it, new one on the way, there it goes. You know, other things, you do have to grease the axle every now and then. I think we've done it twice now, 25,000 miles. You know, of course the tires wear out. I still have the original battery. You know, I hear that a lot, is Himalayan batteries are no good. This battery's 2.5 years old, and it's doing very well. I've had this bike on, I bet I've had 10,000 miles of gravel and dirt, because I do a lot of gravel and dirt with it. It just does it so well. You know, it just does it. It's a fabulous bike for that. This is my all-time favorite motorcycle. I've had over 60 motorcycles, and of all those motorcycles, this is one that I just love the most. It just, you know, when you're in a group, you're going to be last. But when you're out by yourself, like I am most of the time, like most of us are most of the time when we ride our motorcycles, it's just a fabulous bike. You're on pavement, it handles well. It does the bumps well. It does all that neat stuff very well. It's got enough power. You get on gravel, run out of pavement, get on gravel, you just keep on going. It doesn't mind. It likes it. You run into dirt, have fun. I don't like mud. I'll stay off the mud. But so next, the new Himalayans are coming out. There's a new model coming out. What do I think about that? You know what? I'll tell you all about that later. Hey, we're going to keep on moving because the rain is coming from that direction, and we're going that direction. Hey, Fuzzy the Rain Rider here today again. But check this out. We found the rain, by the way. As soon as I left the last spot, it just picked right back up. Look at this old bridge here. There's the part of the big old Luss Hills over yonder. We're going to be going, I don't know where we're going to go. I'm going to look at the map here and figure it out. Well, we have made it back to the Fuzzy Biker Garage, about 185 miles between a little before 8 o'clock and a little before noon today. So about 4 hours. Pretty proud of that. Not too bad, huh? About 90 miles of that was in the rain coming back. We got down to Missouri, it started to rain almost all the way back till about probably 8 miles from here. It quit finally. Of that rain, it wasn't all bad. About 50 miles of that was real rain. The rest of it was kind of on and off. And of that 50 miles of real rain, we had about 30 miles of relatively heavy rain. Not heavy, but bad enough. Anyway, the video was supposed to be about Loess Hills and the, we're going to ride north from Hamburg up and enjoy the beauty. And well, I couldn't put the camera on the helmet because of the rain. The helmet camera is not waterproof. And the next thing was supposed to be about the motorcycle, the beautiful motorcycle there. Just got that's the first wash it's had in a long time. And, it's got 25,000 miles on it now, but didn't really get to stop and talk much about that. I will say it's a very comfortable motorcycle. I love riding it. It's a good place to sit. I've got that very comfortable seat. You sit upright, but lean forward slightly. Foot pegs are in a good central place. If you have to stand, they're very easy to do that on the bars. Some people think you need risers for the bars. I don't think you do on that bike. I'm always very comfortable. Sometimes I think, the first 20 miles, I think, yeah, I do. But you know what? The real star of the show is this jacket. Royal Enfield Nirvik jacket. Royal Enfield Nirvik jacket. This is the first chance I've had to do the waterproof test on it. I bought the Cardon Law jacket, Royal Enfield Cardon Law jacket. That was a good heavy winter jacket. Bought that jacket. It was great in the winter, but it was a very heavy jacket. I bought this one. It was lighter. It's got more ventilation. It should be more usable for more of the year. And I didn't know how it would work in the rain. And today I found out how it works in the rain. And the answer is it works great. I had to stop and get gas, went in the bathroom. And while I was there, I had the old jacket open and my long underwear top, I got dry. Everything was dry, sleeves, everything. So I would say that this very well ventilated jacket is an excellent jacket for rain too. At least that's my experience. I did carry the liner in the other saddlebag, so it got cold. I could have put the liner in. The thing has got armor in the back. Literally, it comes with armor in the back for the back. It also has a higher rating armor in the shoulders and in the elbows. Plus, the whole thing is rated. It isn't just the elbows or the certain places. It's the whole jacket is rated CE rated something or another. So that's why I got these jackets. I had that accident a couple of years ago, and that's I had a helmet on, I had good gloves on. That's the saved my head, saved my hands. If I'd had a good jacket on, I might have saved myself a lot of grief. And I'm a firm believer in good gear, but the gear has to be comfortable. It has to be something you want to put on. It has to be something you want to wear. And I think this jacket fits that bill. Hey, I'm just rolling on and on, aren't I? I got all this stuff at Baxter Cycle. I got the bike at Baxter Cycle. I got the windshield at Baxter Cycle. I got the accessories at Baxter Cycle. And I got this jacket at Baxter Cycle. Now, if you're in the market for new or used Royal Enfield Triumph Classic British bikes of any type, you need gear, accessories, doodads, a jacket like this, get yourself over to Baxter Cycle in the mighty mini-tropolis of Marnie, Iowa. Or go to BaxterCycle.com. Tell those fine folks that Fuzzy Biker sent you. Now, I'm going to leave this one parked. I got bike parked out there. That's my Super Meteor. I'm going to run that over to Baxter Cycle and try to beat the rain. We're supposed to have a rain day tomorrow. So my goal is to do some maintenance on it. We're going to go to Colorado next week, so we're going to have to get that thing ready to roll. Life is good, my friends. Get out there and ride. Wahoo!